What's up? What's good? It's the good news, and welcome back to Aaron's Expeditions, where we talk everything Christ and entertainment. Hi, hello, I'm your host, Aaron Patience, and if you are watching, then you can probably see I'm in a whole different setup. Well, not completely. We still have the normal wooden wall thing happening behind us, but as for what I'm sitting on this like little beach chair thingy, which is very comfortable. It's almost like a director's chair, but slash going to the beach, which I think I want to make the new chairs for Aaron's Expeditions. And then on my right hand side, I have this plant. So if you are watching the YouTube channel, hi. But if you're listening online, hi to you as well. And yeah, I think let's get into the video. So as you guys can see, it's just me and myself for this podcast video. But I think it's also a good way to just get started in what I'm trying to do for the very first time is make a series on I Am Youth podcasts. So this will be a 3-part series. This is part 1, and then the following month would be part 2, and the month after that would be part 3. And we are talking about how to be a Christian on social media. So my goal is just talking to different people and figuring out how we do this, because I think it's easier said than done. If I think about just my own life, because pretty much everything I do is in media. I work at radio, I work at another radio, I work in television, I'm a filmmaking student. Even at church, I'm part of my social media team there. So pretty much all I do is media and social media in a way. Like, what's the word? Entangled. So I thought to myself, okay, how can we address this? Because I don't think it's just me who sometimes struggle with the whole idea of, okay, Lord, I love you. You are my Lord and my Savior. And I'm posting these things on my Instagram, but am I really reaching people? Is it my job to reach them like that? Is it someone else's job? Am I a teacher? Am I a pastor? Am I a preacher? Am I an evangelist? It's a whole lot of things. But I think that's why I want to do this little mini series and just really get into it. So my goal is for this podcast just to be real. To be real in the comment section, to be real in the WhatsApp line, to be real in honestly just our heart posture when it comes to social media, because I do believe it is also a space for ministry. Literally, me sitting here right now is a place and a platform and a space for ministry. And I must say, once I started here at I Am, I learned a lot. I learned a lot in a sense of what I do in my life, in some way, shape, or form, always overflows into, the things I'm involved with. So, yeah, let's get into the video. All right, so it was in this past week when I watched a podcast by Preston Perry and Jackie Hill Perry, where they were talking about how to be a Christian on social media. So when I first saw the video, I was like, "Oh my word, I'm intrigued. What are they talking about?" And the way they went about everything was a way I never really thought about social media in that way. Whether it was, I don't know, you want to have an aesthetic and you want to have, that viewer engagement, but are you doing that at the cost of not telling or sharing the true gospel? Or you are posting on your Instagram, but what you're posting and what you're living outside are two different things. So that is why I was like, hi, Given, our boss. I was like, Given, can I maybe do like a 3-part series on this? I don't know how to do it, but I really want to give it a try. And I guess we are here now. So there was a quote that stood out for me when I watched the podcast. So I'm going to quickly get it here. So the quote that Jackie Hill Perry said, an underlying thing is that we want to build our own kingdoms. We want to get, I want to get a lot of followers. So what can I do to get it? I want to get a check from YouTube monetization. What can I do to get it? I want to get my name known. What can I do to get it? And once she said that, I was like, oh, child, because it's true. If I think about I think probably 2021, I really wanted to start a YouTube channel. And I was like, Lord, I just need to get the right things, the right equipment, the right this, the right that. And I need to go boost all of my things on all social media platforms. And it was so beautiful because in that moment, the Lord really just humbled me and was like, Erin, my word is enough. And my promise I've made to you in space of media, in the space of sharing the word in this manner, that is enough. So yeah, it's really been a journey from that moment onwards. But I think it's also so poignant because we as people who are on social media, whether it is even your WhatsApp or your Twitter/X, your Instagram, your Snapchat. I don't know whether people even use Snapchat. If you are on Snapchat, your Snapchat, your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, any space that is a social space, that is a public space for people to be in the comfort of their homes, however they can connect with you virtually, that can also be a space of ministry. And I'm not saying now suddenly, oh my word, guys, I need to go be a preacher. I need to go be an evangelist. I need to go do all of this. But what I am saying is, regardless, we are called to make disciples of men. And I saw this cool video where the man said that it's not like I'm walking, I make a disciple, okay, bye. It is as you are walking, as you are going through life, that you are making disciples as you go, which I think is so cool because it really is like this whole thing about whole life discipleship, which also goes over to our media presence. When people go onto your feed, do they see Christ? When people go onto your algorithm, do they see Christ? When people go onto, I don't know, the content you are maybe creating, do they see Christ? And not necessarily in a way where you're like, hi everyone, this is me. Not like that, but in a sense of, you will know them by their fruits. Do you see the kindness, the joy, the love, the patience, and, all of the fruits of the Spirit? And I think it's actually so beautiful because also, let me get my notes. Also, what they mentioned in the podcast was, are we using our gifts to serve the Lord wholeheartedly? Are we living lives of whole life discipleship? And not saying that, we're living perfect lives. Not saying that you don't stumble, you don't fall, you don't sin. But are you living a life where the inner workings of Christ is being shown as you are going about your life? Which I think is a big thing, which is also a very humbling thing. Because something that was said to me at church once was, Erin, people look at the way you live, that you can literally talk about the Lord until you are blue in the face, but people will look at your patterns, people look at your behavior, people look at the way you talk, people look at the way you go about life. And essentially, is what you're believing, is who you're saying Christ is to you, who you say he is to you, is that being translated in your day-to-day life? Which in a beautiful way is very freeing, but in a similar way you're like, oh my word, oh my word, am I being Christian enough? Can they see when I'm posting my cute Bible verse? Can they see when I'm like, guys, I just went to church? Guys, just be real. Let's just be authentic in the way we share about the Lord. Let's just be authentic in the way we love the Lord. Let's just be authentic in the way the Lord loves us, because we all have different ways that we can share the gospel, whether it is art, whether it is music, whether it is writing, whether it is my favorite example I always use is accounting. I don't know how to do accounting, but that's besides the point. Is that we have all of these gifts. How are we using them to point it back to the Lord? Which I think is a big thing, because now a question might arise of, okay, Erin, but I don't know whether I can teach. I don't know whether I know my theology that great, whether I know my apologetics that great. It's not necessarily about that, but what is your media presence saying about you? Are you there to challenge people, to rebuke people, to encourage, to uplift, to teach? I think it's a big thing, because social media is more than just, saying it to myself right now, it's more than just a platform of, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. This is my career. This is my life. Which, yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it all comes back to the point of, when you're sharing about, this is what I'm doing, this is what my life is about, this is what I love, do we see Christ in that? So I think that's a good place to start. Just unraveling the question of how to be a Christian on social media, especially in a world where, we want to get the likes, we want to get the views, we want to get that comment section like busting. But in the same way, you're like, okay, and what I'm posting now, is this edifying? And am I okay knowing that it edifies but the engagement is low? Or will I choose engagement over edification? I think I said the right word. Over edifying people. Which can be a bit difficult. But at the end of the day, when the Lord is your Lord, when Jesus Christ is your Lord, He's the Lord even over your social media. Which I think is a big thing as well. Because, as I said, and I think I also mentioned it in my very first episode, when we spoke about the Lord as the ultimate creator, I remember saying that I had to learn how to steward my creativity, which is a big thing, because we know in the Bible, stewarding is a very important thing, especially because we are learning to not be greedy. We are learning to not be grasping on everything we have and have this mindset of poverty and this mindset of lack. Because the mindset of poverty and lack is more than just financial things or material things. It can lead over to our time, our effort, our ability to love, our ability to listen. So I think when we get out of that mindset and we can kind of just focus in, okay, Lord, I want to operate in a spirit of generosity. How does that look like? Does it mean that I'm stewarding my talents? Does it mean I'm stewarding my time, my efforts, my money, cash contant, aha. I was trying not to say that. But yeah, I think that's a big thing, is how do we answer this age-old question of, how do I show Christ even in my media presence, in my virtual presence? Because, people can watch your WhatsApp status, people can watch your Instagram story, people can watch your TikToks, and we can be talking about the Lord left, right, and center, but when they meet us, are we still as vocal about the Lord? Do we live lives that are vocal about the Lord in our actions, not just our words? And how do we do it? How do we have this heart posture for the Lord to also just move in and not to almost separate our faith from our media presence. So, yeah, I think I like to call this part one of how to be a Christian. If you have any idea, let me know in the comment section. If you have your own struggles, let me know. Send a dove, a WhatsApp text, an email, I guess. But I think, yeah, let's get this conversation going. But as always, as my final words, I must say it. Wow, wow, wow. We are here at the end of part one of how to be a Christian on social media. Bye, guys.